As social media strategist, it is my goal to help Macbeth and Lady Macbeth maintain a good appearance online due to the events that took place at the banquet. It is important to make sure that they are both using the appropriate conventions for each media. On Twitter, they use a series of hashtags, such as #KingMacbeth, as well as giving likes, retweeting, and commenting. On Instagram, the Macbeths posted real-life photos, followed by long or short captions. They also used hashtags, comments, Instagram story, and livestream. In the first few tweets written by Lady Macbeth, she apologizes for the events that took place at their banquet last night. She states that the amount of stress on Macbeth is due to King Duncan's death, which provides citizens with a concrete reason to believe why Macbeth acted the way he did. In addition, the fact that she did not disregard the situation helps her come off as truthful and caring. To be even more effective, Macbeth was advised to apologize, in order to enhance the concrete reasoning stated by Lady Macbeth, in order to make it even more believable. Macbeth expanded by explaining that he has been dealing with stress and anxiety since a young age, and that this is something citizens should not be concerned about. By doing this, he is not only trying to help citizens remain calm, but he is also showing that he is responsible and capable of owning up to his own actions. To help reduce suspicion, Lady Macbeth's next few tweets were advised to emphasize the many attributes that make Macbeth a good king, by suggesting how determined, valiant, loyal, and kind he is. Her first tweet is to assure citizens that Macbeth is in fact completely able to and stable enough to lead the country. The next tweet is used to express how Macbeth is filled with nothing but kindness and to prove that he is incapable of doing something as evil as murder. Lastly, she tells citizens that they are lucky to have such a valiant king who would do anything for Scotland. This not only shows that Macbeth is a brave individual, but it expresses his loyalty towards the country. Macbeth's next tweet was advised to help eliminate any ideas that suggest he is to blame for the death of Banquo on top of King Duncan's death. He tweets about Banquo's sudden passing, making it clear that he was his dear friend. Lady Macbeth also posted a tweet to emphasize how shocked and how upset they are about Banquo's death, and how this came to them as a surprise just as big as it would to anybody else, therefore reinforcing the fact that they should not appear as guilty. Finally, Lennox tweets about his suspicion towards Macbeth. Lennox, like many others, does not believe that Macbeth should be let off as innocent, and that he sees no reason to blame Malcolm, Donalbain, and Fleance just because they fled the scene in fear. To respond, it was suggested that Lady Macbeth should reply back to the tweet. Her defensive tone was used to imply that Macbeth's only involvement was to help deal with the situation. It is important for the Macbeths to address and to reply to any suspicion, or else people may suspect that they are in fact guilty. Macbeth's first Instagram post is of him with his head facing down in front of a black and white scenic view of Scotland. This edit is to represent the sadness and vulnerability that Macbeth explains in the caption below. Macbeth explains and elaborates in even greater detail than on Twitter that since childhood, his stress has always been related to his desire to put forth 100% effort into everything he does. The same applies to his fast-changing duties in Scotland. He explains that his stress and anxiety has not stopped him from doing great things before. Macbeth's detailed post will help make his story even more believable and associate his stress and anxiety with effort, determination, and passion rather than with unstable craziness. Macbeth then posts about the recent death of Banquo again, however focusing more on the picture. The images of the chalice he raised to make the toast in Banquo's name when he was not present at the banquet. Macbeth explains that he toasted in his dear friend's name that night and that he is deeply sad and that he is no longer with him anymore. The purpose of this post is to limit any suspicion that may connect him to Banquo's death, with the use of visual proof and to show how important of a person Banquo was to Macbeth. In Macbeth's next post, he makes a tribute in King Duncan's honor. The post shows Macbeth and King Duncan shaking hands. Macbeth expresses that he aspires to live up to King Duncan by demonstrating his loyalty, bravery, and kindness, as well as his desire to help King Duncan live on forever. He even quotes King Duncan when he referred to him as a valiant cousin and worthy gentleman. This shows that King Duncan, Macbeth's role model, had a great amount of respect for Macbeth, proving to everyone that he is worthy of being king. Then, Lady Macbeth took to livestream to update citizens about their daily lives. She explains how all is well and how they have charity work to attend. She does this as she was advised to not dwell on the past and to show everyone their normal and positive lifestyle to reduce any suspicion about Macbeth.
Hi guys, everything's doing really well over here today. Actually, we're about to head over to go do some charity work, so we're going to be taking a walk through town. Hopefully we can see some of you guys, say hello, and yeah, it's going to be a great day.
Next, Macbeth posted a picture of himself looking ahead at the scenic view of Scotland. The purpose of this post is to show citizens that he is committed to his country and that he takes pride in his land and his kingdom. This demonstrates that Macbeth possesses a strong passion for his country, which is a vital characteristic in all successful kings, and therefore again emphasizing one of the many positive qualities about Macbeth. The next post is of the sword Macbeth used to defeat Norway and bring victory to Scotland. Macbeth reminisces over his previous battles, which helps him remember the importance of loyalty and bravery. He explains how he can proudly say that he would fight for his country no matter what. He was advised to post this to emphasize his loyal and valiant character. During the crisis, it is important that Macbeth continues to show everyone his positive characteristics in order to help citizens oversee the possibility that Macbeth may be involved in the murders. Lady Macbeth then makes a post on her Instagram story relating to the speech she had just made regarding the events at the banquet. She reiterates to everyone that everything she said in her speech was 100% the truth. She does this to strengthen hers and Macbeth's side of the story so that it is even more believable. Lastly, Macbeth shared a post from King and Crown Public Relations via Instagram story. The original post was related to the press conference held a few days following the banquet. Macbeth elected to repost the post because the firm shed positive light on the situation, downplayed the severity of the event, and supported the positive public image he was hoping to restore.